Last July, my apartment hit 90 degrees. Desperate, I bought the first portable cooler I found online. 2 days later, my living room felt like a tropical terrarium. I was sweating, the walls were literally damp, and I was out $300. I bought an evaporative cooler when I actually needed a portable AC. Choosing the wrong machine will not just waste your money, it will ruin your summer. Today, we are settling the evaporative cooler versus portable AC debate once and for all, so you get exactly what you need. How they actually work. Let me explain the core difference between these two machines, because this is where most people get completely tripped up. A portable air conditioner is a heavy piece of machinery. It is quite literally a standard window unit packed into a vertical plastic tower on wheels. It uses a chemical refrigerant and a compressor to actively pull heat and moisture out of your air. It absorbs the heat, cools the air, and pumps that chilled air back into your room while simultaneously exhausting the hot air outside. It is active cooling. You set a thermostat to 68 degrees and the machine fights the environment until it hits that number. An evaporative cooler, often called a swamp cooler, is an entirely different beast. There is no compressor, there is no chemical refrigerant. It is essentially a large fan sitting behind a series of water-soaked pads. The fan pulls hot outside air through those wet pads. As the water evaporates into the air, it naturally drops the temperature of that air. It is a brilliant natural process, but notice the key difference here. The evaporative cooler is actively adding moisture to the air to achieve that cooling effect. The portable AC is actively removing moisture. That one fundamental difference dictates everything else about how you use them. The Climate Dealbreaker. Your zip code makes this decision for you. If you ignore this, you will end up exactly like I did in my cramped apartment. Portable air conditioners work absolutely everywhere. It does not matter if you live in the humid swamps of Florida or the dry heat of Arizona. Because they act as powerful dehumidifiers while they cool, they will strip the sticky, heavy moisture out of the air in a muggy climate. If you live somewhere with high humidity, a portable AC is your only real option. Do not even look at an evaporative cooler. Well, why? Because an evaporative cooler requires hot, dry air to function properly. They thrive in places like Nevada, New Mexico, or parts of California. If the air in your home is already saturated with humidity, the water on the cooler pads cannot evaporate. And if the water cannot evaporate, the air does not get cooled. You are just running a loud fan that is spitting more water into a room that already feels like a jungle. Running a swamp cooler in high humidity is how you end up with ruined drywall and a room that feels physically suffocating. But if you have that dry, baking heat, an evaporative cooler feels like pure magic. Setup and the myth of portability. You know, the appliance industry plays a funny trick on us with the word portable. When you buy a portable AC, you imagine rolling it from the living room to the kitchen to the bedroom whenever you feel like it. The reality is much different. Portable air conditioners generate a massive amount of heat to create that cold air. That heat has to go somewhere, so every portable AC comes with a giant plastic exhaust hose that must be locked into a nearby window. You have to install a plastic window bracket, attach the hose, and seal the gaps. It is heavy, it is clunky, and once it is set up, it is not moving without a major hassle. It is portable in the sense that you can take it with you when your lease ends, but you will not be casually wheeling it around the house on a Tuesday afternoon. Evaporative coolers are the true definition of portable. You can roll them out to your garage, onto your back patio, or right next to your dining table. There is no exhaust hose, there is no window bracket. You just plug it into a standard wall outlet, fill the tank with water, and turn it on. But there's a catch. They require constant cross-ventilation to work properly. You cannot lock an evaporative cooler in a closed bedroom. You actually have to leave a window or a door slightly open so the incoming dry air can push the old humidified air out. If you seal the room, the humidity spikes and the cooling completely stops. Energy consumption and your power bill. Compressors are extremely power hungry. Because a portable AC uses a compressor to force chemical refrigerants through its system, it draws a massive amount of electricity. If you run a portable AC for 10 hours a day during a heat wave, you are going to feel it when your power bill arrives. They're expensive to operate. Furthermore, they're expensive to buy. You're paying for a complex refrigeration system shrunk down into a plastic box. Evaporative coolers win this category completely. Because the technology is so primitive, the only things drawing power are a standard fan motor and a tiny water pump. That is it. They use roughly 75% less electricity than a comparable portable AC. You can run one all day and barely notice a bump in your utility bill. The initial purchase price is also dramatically lower. You're essentially buying a plastic housing with a fan, some cardboard pads, and a water basin. If you live in a dry climate and your primary goal is saving money, the evaporative cooler pays for itself in the first few months of summer. Day-to-day maintenance. Nobody ever thinks about the chores involved until the machine is sitting in their living room. A portable AC is relatively hands-off. Most modern units are self-evaporating, meaning they blast the moisture they pull from the air out the exhaust hose along with the hot air. You will need to clean the air filter every few weeks, and in extreme humidity, you might have to occasionally attach a hose to the back to drain a backup water pan. But for the most part, you set the temperature and forget about it. An evaporative cooler is like having a very thirsty pet. It needs your constant attention. Because it relies entirely on water evaporation to cool the room, you have to keep the water reservoir full. On a brutally hot day, you might be filling that tank multiple times. You can connect some larger models directly to a garden hose, but for indoor units, you are carrying pitchers of water back and forth. You also have to deal with the cooling pads. If you leave them wet when you turn the machine off, they will grow mold and mildew within days. The next time you turn it on, your house will smell like a wet dog. You have to actively manage the machine, running the fan without the pump to dry the pads out after every use and replacing those pads completely every season. Bottom line, choosing between these two devices is not just about which machine is objectively superior on paper. It is entirely about matching the right tool to your specific living environment and your daily lifestyle. If you live in the humid South or the Midwest during a muggy August, a portable air conditioner is your only lifeline. You pay more up front, you pay more on your power bill, and you have to deal with the window hose, but you get guaranteed thermostat-controlled relief. But if you live out west where the air is bone dry, an evaporative cooler is a phenomenal piece of machinery. You get true, absolute portability, drastically lower energy bills, and a quiet breeze that naturally cools your home. Just remember to keep the water tank completely full and a nearby window cracked open.